Hey, ladies, welcome to Money Monday. We are having tonight's topic because somebody asked me, I think it was last week or something like that, how do we network online? And I decided today to throw a little something together to help you ladies network online. So, as you're coming in, hit the like button. We're going to start our 90-second timer, give people a chance to come in. And then I am going to share practical information with you with regards to how to network online, how to network your way to wealth, etc. Here's the 90-second clock, and I'll see you on the other side. Welcome to Black Women Making Money. We are the home of the upwardly mobile Black woman. For exclusive content and invitations to our Inner Circle Zoom meetings, which happen on a monthly basis, you can sign up for free for our email newsletter at bwmakingmoney.com. That's bwmakingmoney.com. Hey, ladies, happy Money Monday. Y'all see my shirt, the Loan Officer Breakfast Club. Your girl got this shirt from online networking from a group that she belongs to. Started off with the free group, was in there networking, answered a question, got the shirt to prove it. So, why are we talking about online networking? Because the truth is that networking is going to be the way for us to grow our income, grow our net worth, get access to people and things and opportunities that we wouldn't normally have access to. So there are different times when you have to network online. Sometimes you have a remote career like I do. We have a conversation about remote careers versus remote jobs. Even if you have a remote job, you still need to be able to network online. You still need to be able to have virtual conversations with people in such a way that you get promotable tasks. Today's conversation is not necessarily about that, but it is important to know. If you want to network your way to wealth, online networking can be a way to do that with regards to investment groups that you belong to, or professional groups that you belong to, or finding people who have the same common interests that you do. But how do you do it successfully? That is today's conversation. I have some simple, practical things that you're able to do in order to set yourself up for success. I'm going to warn you, it is simple, but it's not easy. But guess what? Being part of the top 20% of income earners in this country is about doing stuff that's simple, but not easy. So it's simple in a way to go to college. It is simple in a way to get skills. It is simple in a way to get $65 an hour skills. Those are things we've been talking about forever. However, it's not easy. It's not easy for me to be a loan officer and to show up every day, but to know that the top 20% of people in my industry make 300,000 a year plus. And there are certain things that I need to do that they're doing in order to be successful. Some of you are in industries where you could be making 120, 130, 150,000 a year. Some of you are already doing that and you're looking to expand further. Today's conversation really is about that. It is about how do you learn practically how to network online in such a way that you can be successful. Before I get to today's conversation with regards to networking online, I do want to remind you that the book club for Rich AF is happening this Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're not on my email list, bwmakingmoney.com, then you need to get on there. It's totally free for you to attend, but we have been studying Rich AF as a book series. And the truth is, a lot of the stuff I'm going to talk about this evening are ways to help you become rich AF. Because one of the things that Vivian, the author, talks about, she talks about the fact that you need to make enough money in order to be rich AF. And if you're not making enough money, and if you're not positioned in a way where you have employers coming to you wanting to offer you more money, if you don't have interviews lined up continuously, then you're not going to necessarily be able to maximize your income. The other thing that she talks about within Rich AF is maximizing the investments that you have access to and that you could participate in, even if you choose not to participate in those investments. Well, how do you get access to those investments? You gotta have a network in order to do it. So Sunday, July 28th, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, if you want to participate in that. And now let's talk a little bit about networking online. How do you actually network online in such a way that you can be successful? I'm going to say a couple of things here. Number one is you don't have to spend 40 hours a week networking online unless you have a sales job like I do. And it is your job to go out, meet people, talk with people, and bring them into your company. If that's not the case, this specific method that I'm going to show you will take about an hour to 2 hours a week. So I want you to know that you don't have to spend a lot of time learning how to do this, what I'm talking about. And again, it is simple, but it's not necessarily easy in that it is going to take a little bit of effort for you to get it up and running and off the ground. But once it's off the ground, then you will be able to take it and run with it. So the question, a couple of things you want to think about before you get started with this process. The first is, who are you and what do you want to be known for? When somebody sees you, when somebody sees your name, what's the first thing that you want them to think about? What's the first thing that you want to pop into their head? For me, it is that I loan money. I'm a real estate lender. I'm a friendly real estate lender. That's my personal brand. I'm a friendly, knowledgeable real estate lender. That's my brand. Hey, if you want to know anything about how to get money to purchase property, Cherie is your person. Go see Cherie. That is the personal brand that I am aiming for. For you, you want to have a personal brand. You want to have something that you were known for, because if I cannot look at your name, connect with you, talk with you, and then I see you again, 7 days, 10 days, 30 days later. If I don't know, if nothing pops into my head with regards to who you are and what you do, you failed. So what do you want to be known for? What's your personal brand? The other thing is, who do you want to meet? As we're doing online networking, who do you want to meet? Who are you trying to attract into your network? And being specific could be the names of 10 to 20 people that you have written on a list. Or it could be, hey, I want to know every realtor who is licensed in Virginia who sells more than 15 homes a year. Well, that's very specific. And that gets me to like, you know, okay, where do I find those people? But the first thing I have to know is, who do I want to meet? Who am I looking for? Number three is, what's my ultimate goal? What's your ultimate goal? Is it that you want to climb corporate America? Is it that you want to get seven-figure government contracts? Is it for me that I want to close $60 million in loans a year? What is my ultimate goal? What is your ultimate goal? Before you start doing things, really kind of thinking about these three questions and figuring out what you want to be known for, who do you want to meet, and what's your ultimate goal. Excuse me, I was about to sneeze. Okay, so the next thing to do when you are thinking about networking online, the first thing you got to do is Google yourself. Google yourself. What comes up when you Google yourself? Is it good stuff? Is it not so good stuff? Is it stuff that can be confusing? Is it stuff, is it information that matches what you want to be known for? Why am I telling you to Google yourself? Because as you are networking online, the first thing that people are going to do is Google you. So you want to see what they're seeing. You want to see what they're seeing. And if they're seeing something negative, there's one or two things you could do. Now, the Kardashians do this. They pay PR people in order to the net, flood the internet with good stories about them versus bad stories, and the bad stories go down to the bottom of the rankings. But anything on the first page, especially the first three things from Google, like people are going to automatically see that. So if there's incorrect information, if there's information you don't want your online network to see about you, or if it's information that does not match your brand, now's the time for you to scrub that information, get it fixed up, get it together, etc. So you want to Google yourself. Next thing you want to do is get a professional email address. When I say get a professional email address, I mean you don't want redlover21 at gmail.com. You do not want divested messy girl at AOL.com. Why not? Right? Because this is a professional online networking that you are doing. And your email displays that. Now, your email can be cherie.warwick@gmail.com. That is a professional email. Your email can be sarah@gmail.com. That is a professional email. Your email is not divestedmama82154@gmail.com. That is not professional. So if you don't have a professional email, you want to get a professional email and you want to link that professional email to whatever Facebook profile you have that you're using, whatever LinkedIn profile that you have, whatever professional profiles that you have, you want that professional email linked to that. Next is you need to update your online profiles. Again, thinking what you want to be known for, because the truth is when you are networking online, people are naturally going to Google you. They're naturally going to ask you for your email address, and they're naturally going to check you out on your profiles, right? What does your LinkedIn say about you? If all your LinkedIn says about you is business owner, then I'm less likely to want to connect with you. I'm less likely to want to work with you, hire you, etc. If your LinkedIn profile is hidden, I'm less likely to want to network with you, find you, etc. I know some of you are like, Cherie, I don't want to be out there. Cherie, I don't want to network. Here's the truth. Are we networking our ways to wealth and bigger opportunities, or are we not? So, yes, you should have a public LinkedIn profile. Instagram, you can have your friend and family Instagram page and your professional Instagram page. And professional can even be if you have a job talking about the different things you're learning about in your career, etc. But if you're online networking professionally, and you use Instagram a lot, and the people that you want to network with are on Instagram, yes, you need to update your online profile on Instagram. Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, it's the same thing. People are going to be Googling you. They're going to ask you for information. They're going to ask you for your social media handles. You're going to be DMing people. And the first thing they're going to do is they're going to come and they're going to look at your profile in order to see what's there. Okay? All right. Next thing is, who do you want to meet? And being specific about who you want to meet. So when I said I want to meet every realtor, so my true list is I want to meet every realtor who has uh, sold at least 8 properties to buyers over the last 12 months, right? Because those are active real estate agents. So I'm very specific about who I'm looking for. You may be looking for charge nurses in Houston. You may be looking for influencers with fewer than 10,000 people who focus on health and fitness. Whoever it is you want to focus on meeting online, networking with online, you want to be specific with regards to who you want to meet. And understand this, no one is completely out of your reach. There was for the longest time the 6 degrees of separation, right? So you would have, people say, hey, you could get to President Obama, you could get to, I don't know, Bono, you could get to Tyler, whoever it is, 6 degrees of separation, right? That means there's basically 6 people between you and the person you want to meet. With social media these days, a lot of that is compressed. A lot of people you are able to reach out to one-on-one, or they're no more than 2 degrees, 2 people away from you meeting them, from you being in the right rooms to meet with those individuals. So this is important as well. Understanding that no one is completely out of reach. CEOs, you know, um, politicians, people like that, no one's completely out of reach. Okay, so how do you find your target network? There are people out there that you want to meet. How do you find your target network? There are 3 places that I'm going to really suggest uh, as beginners that you start with. The first are any kind of online groups. Facebook groups are a great example of that. There are professional Facebook groups, there are Facebook groups around certain geographies. There are Facebook groups around certain professions, etc. So there are a lot of Facebook groups that are out there, and you're able to engage with people and connect with people. Next is any kind of online event. So webinars, master classes. Eventbrite has a lot of online events. Facebook has a lot of online events. As you start getting to know different organizations, getting on their email list. And that way, whenever they have webinars and online events, you're invited to those. And then number three is LinkedIn. LinkedIn, especially for professional networks, great place to find your target network. So let's go through this a little bit more. Let's say that you want to network with people in online groups, Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, any kind of groups that are out there that are online, Reddit, etc. My suggestion is number one, to be an active participant in that online group. Post things, post something at least once a day. This is why you don't want to belong to a lot of Facebook groups. Again, my suggestion to you is 30 to 60 minutes maximum for online networking, couple hours a week maximum online networking. So if you're posting something, it could be an interesting article, it could be an interesting video. You could do a video of yourself that is 30 to 60 seconds or 2 minutes. You can put somebody else's video. TikTok is famous for the reaction videos. Like, this person said this, but I disagree, or I'm going to add something to it, etc. Posting, also responding to other people's posts. So when you're in that group, when you're in that Facebook group, for example, finding one, two, three other people who wrote something or shared a video or something like that, and writing something thoughtful and meaningful, not just liking their posts, but writing something to them, or, yeah, I agree with this, or, yeah, I saw this as well, and this is what I think, etc. That person will actually respect the fact that you read their posts or you read a portion of the article that they posted, and you are actually writing something thoughtful with regards to that. So, hey, Alonzo, good to see you. Next thing you want is, as people respond to you, you want to friend them. So on Facebook, become Facebook friends. Why do you want to become Facebook friends? Because it's easier to DM them, number one. Number two is, you get to see a lot more of what they're posting if you friend them on Facebook. But if you're just some random person friending somebody on Facebook, you're probably not going to get accepted. However, if you have corresponded with them in a Facebook group, and then you click friend, and you ask them to accept your friendship request, it's easier for them to say yes. Once they have accepted your Facebook friend request, then you DM them. And depending on what kind of discussion you've had going back and forth, you want to ask them for a Zoom meeting. Ultimately, at some point in your online networking, you need to take this relationship from the general group to a Zoom call. When I say Zoom, I don't just mean Zoom. It could be Google Meet, it could be Teams, it could be FaceTime. The reason why I like for you to have one of these versus, just a phone call or something like that, is because people can see you. They can see you're a real person. They can feel your energy, and they are more likely to want to engage with you. And hey, Alonzo, yeah, I've been good. Thank you. Just been super busy working on closing 4 loans before the end of the month. So that's what your girl's been doing. Just so happens to have some time this evening to do this. So, okay, let's say that you are going to online events. It could be a webinar again, could be, usually webinars are the best place. Mastermind meetings, online mastermind meetings are another great place to go. Um, lives, lives are a great place for you to network with like-minded people. Ultimately, again, you're looking to meet with people, spark up an online conversation with them, and move that conversation to either Zoom, Google Meet, Teams, something like that. When you're networking with people online, number one, be an active participant. Nobody, this is similar to you going into a networking event and standing on the wall waiting for somebody to come approach you versus you going out and you entering into a conversation. You want to be an active participant. How do you be an active participant? Chat, chat. As people are talking, as the leader of the webinar is talking, start putting comments in there. Yes, I absolutely agree with that. I have a question. You know, start talking. If they let you come off of mute and ask a question, ask a question. Trust me, you have no idea how many people actually, like, I start asking questions. Next thing you know, people are DMing me, hey, Cherie, can we have a conversation? Can we talk? Can we network? Things like that. People are attracted to people who speak up. So be an active participant. Use the chat function to connect with people. If somebody else is speaking up in the chat and you're speaking up, send them a private, usually on Teams and Zoom and things like that. When you're in a webinar, you're able to send a private message to somebody in chat. Hey, I saw you ask that question. I had that question too. Nice to meet you. I'm looking to connect with people you want to meet. Do you want to talk after the webinar? Here's my email address. Can I get your email address? So number 3 is ask for the person's contact information or social media handle and give them yours. This is why the first thing I said is you need to clean up your online profile. If you're going to do online networking, that means you need to Google yourself. That means you need to look at your social media profiles, make sure it's all cleaned up. That means you need to have an email address that is not, loosewoman8426@gmail.com. No, it needs to be cherie.warwick@gmail.com or whatever your name is, or sarah_the_lender@gmail.com, etc. Because this is when you're going to be giving your contact information to people and you want them to see the best in you. And then DM them and ask them for a Zoom meeting. Again, Zoom doesn't just mean Zoom, it could be Facebook Teams. Sorry, could be FaceTime, could be Teams, could be any place where people can actually see you. Oh, I have one more thing with regards to this. When you are doing Zoom or anything like that, make sure that your background looks good. Even, if it's blurred, I can still see your clothes all over the sofa. Even when it's blurred, I could still see your clothes all over the sofa. Okay? It's okay for there to be chaos in front of you and around you. There should not be chaos behind you, right? So, think about your background, even if it's blurred out. All right. So, next thing, if you're networking with people on LinkedIn, again, searching for the people that you want to network with, being specific, who do you want to network with? Asking them to connect with you on LinkedIn. And then once a week, as they're posting something, writing something substantive underneath their LinkedIn post. So this is why you don't want to do too many Facebook groups or too much LinkedIn, etc. You gotta want to choose one. Like, where's my tribe? Where are my people? Who am I trying to network with? And then go heavy into that group or that community. Always you're looking to DM them ultimately and ask them for a Zoom meeting. So once you get the Zoom meeting, once you two have decided you're going to meet on Zoom, Zoom has a free account up to 40 minutes. You're able to meet somebody. You can do Google Meet. You can do, Google Meet should be free, I think, for people, FaceTime, etc. There's a lot of free options out there for one-on-one meetings or even 2 or 3-on-1 meetings. You're going to say, Cherie, what do I say to them? You want to frog them. What is FROG? FROG is an acronym that somebody taught me. It stands for Family, Recreation, Occupation, and Goals. So, what does that mean? It means you want to ask people questions around their family, recreation, things that they like to do on their free time, occupation. How did they get into this occupation? What kind of job do they have? How did they get into it? Were they introduced to it? Did their family do it from the time that they were kids, or did they get an internship? And then what are their goals? What do the next 5 years look like for you? What do the next 10 years look like for you? Do you see yourself continuing to be in this field, or do you see yourself doing something else? One thing that somebody told me is never start with family, though, because some people have rocky relationships with their family. So the way you get the family information out of them is you ask them, what do you like to do in your free time? If you ask somebody, what do you like to do in your free time? And they say, oh, my kids and I love to go fishing. Well, then you know their family is their children. And then you'll say, great, how many kids do you have? What ages are they? What kind of fishing do you all like to do? But that's how people get to know you. So people get to know you from you showing your frog. And I'm not saying that you're supposed to tell them everything about you, right? You don't have to tell them everything about you, but you do need to open up a little bit. You do need to open up a little bit. For example, my family, I'm an only child. I talk about that sometime. I'm an only child. I live with my mom. We bought this house together. We have two German shepherds, right? That's family, right? I open up about my recreation, things I like to do. I want to travel to all 7 continents, including Antarctica. That's my recreation. It's also my goals, like the really big thing I want to do. That's how people connect to each other. So that online networking that you're doing, you want them to feel like they know you a little bit more and you want to get to know them. So Frog is a great way for you to do that. There's a really great book I was introduced to years ago called Never Eat Alone. So it's not about eating. Actually, it is about how to network in such a way and how to keep up with people in such a way that you could build very strong relationships with people without it taking a lot of time. So it's one of my favorite books to um, suggest to people when it comes to networking for like longer term relationships. And again, these relationships can mean tens of thousands of dollars a year in extra income for you, hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars a year in regards to your business. So, Never Eat Alone is a great resource for you. Um, so let's do the recap. Recap really quickly. Decide who you want to meet. Who do you want to meet? Who do you want to have access to? Who do you want to get to know? Right? Decide what you want to be known for, also known as your personal brand. This is so important. When somebody thinks of Cherie, I want them to think of the friendly, competent real estate lender, mortgage lender. I'm friendly. I'm the girl that you want to have a glass of wine with, but I'm also knowledgeable and competent, right? That's the personal brand that I'm putting out there. Number 3, set up or clean up your online profiles. This is so important because you're marketing online, you're networking online. People are going to naturally look at your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your TikTok, etc. So you got to clean that up or set it up. Google yourself. Google yourself, get what do you call it? They call it incognito. That's what they call it. Google yourself with regards to incognito. See what comes up about you because people are going to naturally Google you and naturally look at your online profiles and you want to know if there's something that's on there that you don't want them to see, right? Create a professional email address. I can't say this enough. Professional email address is not I want to be your lover at gmail.com. Professional email address is actually cherie.warwick at gmail.com, right? Be in the online rooms of the people you want to meet. This is why I ask you, who do you want to meet? Where do those people congregate? And be in those online rooms. Be active in those online rooms. Post stuff. Write, respond to people's posts, not just liking and hearting people's posts, but actually type out something based on what they have um, put, they have posted, right? And then once you have responded to them and they have responded to you, you know, friend them, whatever friend, follow, etc., and ask them for a one-to-one Zoom call. Once you get them on Zoom, and again, Zoom is not just Zoom, it could be Microsoft Teams, it could be Google Meet, it could be FaceTime. You do want a video call, right? Once you have the video call, you want to frog them. FROG is an acronym that stands for Family, Recreation, Occupation, and Goals. That's how you get to know them, that's how they get to know you. And then number 9, you want to stay in touch. You want to ping them every 30 days or so, or once a week, continue to comment on their social media posts. That is how you develop long-term relationships with people. And that is how you online network your way to wealth. Okay. Welcome, mommy's in the building. I am glad we're having this discussion for hybrid and remote workers. Yeah, it's important. And actually, welcome, mommy, somebody asked me to do this. I'm sorry we don't have more people here tonight. It's a Money Monday, but I guess with politics or, all sorts of stuff, people are busy. I hope that people will watch the replay for this, because what I discussed this evening, this can make you hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars in your career. Some of you, it could bump the right online network for some of you can bump up your salary 20 to 40,000 a year. I'm not exaggerating. For some of you, bumping up your online network can get you those promotable tasks that you're looking for. For some of you, bumping up your online network can help you start that part-time business that you've been wanting to start so that you could be home more with your kids. There's a lot of networking that can be done online that can help propel your professional career and your personal life as well. So that is it for me. That's it for this conversation. Want to just come share a little bit of that with you and listen to the replay. Definitely take some notes with regards to this. It's a very powerful way for you to get what you're looking for financially. So that is it for me. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Night.